We believe that every child in Singapore can be taught, and we believe that every child in Singapore can be encouraged. It is not a matter of ability, it is a matter of how to motivate and how to encourage this child in his learning experience. In Knowledge Trail Learning Centre, our mission is to care, to nurture, because we believe in every single student in this centre. By caring, what do we actually mean? It means that we take into account the strengths, the weaknesses, the learning profile and the ability of every single child that steps into this centre. How do we do it? When the child comes in, the child will be required to take a diagnostic test. This diagnostic test is actually meant for us to document and to profile the learning ability of the student. After the diagnostic test, the data and information will be provided to the teacher in charge of the class. The teacher will analyze this information and redesign and review the worksheets and retweak, most importantly, the teaching style to ensure that every single child in this class is not left behind. Every single child's potential is stretched to the maximum. To nurture means to motivate, to inspire, and to encourage every single child. We recognize that every child is different and needs to be nudged and nurtured in a different way. So during the lesson, we will be keeping a watchful eye on every single child, how they are feeling, how they are coping, and more importantly, how they are feeling about their learning. When we believe that every child can be stretched, how do we do it? By keeping the class size small. In fact, we have a class size policy in this centre that no class should certainly be more than 8.
We acknowledge that maths can be a very difficult subject for some students, but we also believe that the learning of mathematics can be made into an enjoyable experience even as they excel in their learning of maths. Our maths materials are reviewed and revamped regularly to ensure that they are of the highest standards and they follow the latest MOE subject requirements. Our maths syllabus are also carefully planned to ensure that they not only cover the syllabus for the year, but they take into account revision and mock exam sessions. Our teachers employ the 5-step approach when teaching mathematics. At the start of every lesson, our teachers will ask if the students in the class have any questions that they wish to clarify. Once the students' doubts have been clarified, the teacher will introduce the topic to the class that the class is to learn for that day. The teachers will teach the students the essentials of this topic and how to avoid the usual careless mistakes and concept errors associated with this topic. Step 3. Students will be given the opportunity to apply what they have learned by practicing examination-style questions. The teachers will give the students timely feedback after every attempt, and students are encouraged to highlight important steps. Students will also be taught techniques and strategies on how to present their solutions concisely and clearly. In almost every case, there is more than one way to obtain the required answer. It is our practice to require our students who, after having completed their questions, to check their answers through alternative methods such as substituting their answers into the question to check for congruency. This way, the students' problem-solving skills will be continually honed and sharpened. We recognize that the students are very busy in school, and yet maths is a subject that they can continually improve through practice. Our teachers balance the need for practice and the students' limited free time by incorporating their practice time in the lessons such that the students' take-home work is kept to a minimum.
In KTLC, we believe the language proficiency of a child is very much dependent on how good his language habits are. These habits include how widely he reads, how often he reads, and how he processes the information that he reads. As such, the English program at KTLC aims to enhance students' reading comprehension skills as well as writing skills by taking a skill-based instructional approach. In doing so, we believe that students will be better prepared for exams and for higher learning in the future. Nowadays, students do not have the time, energy, or interest to read. Even the most avid readers do not necessarily think critically when they read. That means they lack active reading skills. One of the key focuses of our program is reading comprehension. Students at KTLC will learn how to read effectively and efficiently by employing the skills and techniques that we teach. Some of these skills include 5W1H questioning techniques, identifying main ideas, and analysis of questions. Every week, students are given reading passages to hone these skills and techniques, which in turn becomes good language habits. In addition, they are given a good language models to emulate after, while at the same time acquire greater knowledge of the world around them. Coupled with excellent program and high quality materials, our teachers have at least 5 years of experience teaching in schools and have a recognized teaching qualification. Most importantly, our teachers teach with the heart. In March 2012, we'll be launching the STAR program, which is Steps to Active Reading program. It is a fun and engaging enrichment program for children ages 6 to 9. This program is designed to enhance students' understanding of text, build vocabulary, and to equip them with critical thinking skills. The materials we use are well researched, tested, and proven to improve literacy. Through this program, we hope to inspire young learners to love reading, for it is the key to knowledge.
In this center, a very perennial question that parents will always ask is, how do I know that my child is learning? In this center, we have a very clear and systematic way to track and monitor the progress of every child. In mathematics, after the end of each topic, a very small class quiz will be given. We will mark, we will grade, and more importantly, we will make remarks at the end of each test and provide these remarks and feedback to every single parent, either by phone, email, or SMS. For English, it is a different manner altogether. Every single lesson will incorporate the learning of a skill, and the assessment component is incorporated into every single lesson. So at the end of each lesson, the teacher gets a very good sense of the ability level of each skill set in the English language. And thereafter, after 3 weeks, a consolidated feedback can be provided to the parent. In fact, whenever we suspect that the learning is not as fast as we think it should be, we will never hesitate to find out and provide such feedback to the parents so that we can reach a better understanding of how the child's potential, how the child's ability can be further enhanced.
I started maths lessons with Mr. Darren Tan since I was in Secondary 1. It was the right choice, and I'm so thankful as it made my transition from primary mathematics to secondary math a lot simpler and easier to grasp. I am able to maintain my distinction even after I have begun taking A Math this year in Sec 3. After having experienced such success with math, we decided to give English lessons a try as I had difficulties in comprehension and summary writing. Well, I really saw the improvement of English results in just 10 lessons right before the year-end examinations. For the very first time in secondary school, I achieved an A2 for English. It used to be my weaker subject, but now it's my stronger subject.
Okay, the teachers at Knowledge Trail are really caring and understanding. They taught me a lot from what I needed to know, from what I did not know and what I misunderstood of it.
I found out about Knowledge Trail from the internet. I was searching for a teacher for my daughter, and what struck me was when I was researching, I found Teresa's name and her qualifications and all that. And when I gave her a call and explained to her the situation that I needed help urgently for my daughter who is doing her Sec 4 English, and when I explained to her what my daughter's needs was, she was very kind and she was very understanding. So we immediately had a chemistry and understanding, and she knew exactly what my daughter needed. So she appointed a teacher for her, a teacher at Nosha. And in the end, it worked out very well because the chemistry between my daughter and the teacher was very good. So she was very understanding, very clear, and she could explain all the concepts to my daughter very well. In the end, my daughter within that year did very well, and she caught up, and she did very well for the O-levels, you know. And I think that's nothing short of a miracle for us, and we are so happy.
Okay, both my son and daughter were not doing too well for their maths. Okay, but my daughter, because she was doing her O-levels last year, so there was some urgency in getting her to improve on her maths. So we came over here, and Mr. Darren Tan took her for one lesson and taught her a bit. And from that one lesson, really, we could tell that he's a very good teacher. The way he explained things to her on the maths and all that, she understood it very easily. And yeah, okay, so we straight away signed her up for his classes. And within a few months after that, her maths improved so much, she started passing both additional maths and elementary maths. Okay, my son also, we signed him up for the maths under Mr. Darren. So he also showed a very big improvement in understanding it and learning things and being able to answer the questions that he previously couldn't answer. So yeah, they progressed throughout the rest of the last year, so much so that for their final exams, my daughter managed to get 2 distinctions for maths, from a failure to A and A star.
Lessons at KTLC have always been enjoyable, interesting and enriching. Thank you, Knowledge Trail.
The best part of this place is that the teachers here in the classrooms and the way the place is run, that I just feel so comfortable. It made me feel as if this was my home, and I was just really comfortable studying, and that just helped me through everything.
So I think that Charissa, in running her centre, her motto, we care, we believe, we nurture, is exactly what she stands for. And I think that I wouldn't hesitate to recommend the centre to other people needing of her expertise and her experience.
Yeah, this place, we found that their tuition very good, that their teaching methods has been very good, that my children, both of them, can understand it so well. So yeah, I'm recommending it to anybody who's I hear is interested in letting their children want to improve on their maths. This is the place I'd recommend to them.